Welcome in to Game 59 of the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by the people who epitomize Brat Summer, our wonderful friends over at Zappos. It is our second of 3 games between the Bananas and Visitors here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Visitors have a chance to win the series after taking down the Nanners 3-2 a night ago. Well, the boys in yellow, of course, are looking to force a rubber match tomorrow. We once again have over 15,000 fans on hand here in Victory Field, home of the Indianapolis Indians, the AAA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And this is the 4th ever Banana Ball game played here in Indianapolis. What a win it was for the Visitors an evening ago. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Happy Big Tiger Friday to all who celebrate with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Let's start with that Visitors win last night because they scored 8 runs. The Bananas scored 3. Even though it ended up being a 3-2 game, the Visitors really dominated this thing from just about start to finish.
It was a very impressive game. The Visitors, of course, scored in the first inning and claimed the first point in the ball game and came away at the end with a win over the Bananas. And we've seen the Bananas have an incredible season, especially against the party animals, the firefighters as well. They're truly the veterans of Banana Ball. They have the feel. They know when to go for the trick plays at the right times, when they're able to get the big knocks. But last night it was the Visitors who really showed that they had a lot of good veteran knowledge about them, learning a lot from their first series against the party animals and using it to claim the victory in their first ever matchup against the Bananas. The Visitors hit a lot better with runners in scoring position, were able to execute trick plays at opportune times, and we also saw their pitchers find the zone consistently. It was a very good outing for Gage Voorhees as well as Ben Dunn, who wrapped up the game, and Brady Keiss, who worked in middle relief. And then it was Ty Jackson, KJ Jackson, and Correll Prime, the top 3 guys in that batting order, who led the way offensively. And it was highlighted by Ty Jackson with 2 hits, a steal of first, 3 total stolen bases, and 3 runs scored for the Visitors.
Ty Jackson ends up being the showman of the night. Of course, KJ, as you mentioned, incredible behind him, as was Correll Prime with a couple doubles, ends up with 3 hits on the night in the 3-hole. Now, the Bananas, as you said, they've been on this tour since the beginning. This is going to be game 53 for them. They're 30-22. They are clearly the best team in Banana Ball this year, although now they are 0-1 against Banana Ball's developmental team, the Visitors, who are playing their 5th game out of 6 they have on the schedule here tonight. They come in at 2-2, and boy, oh boy, it's going to be a really fun pitching matchup. The Nanners lean on their veteran Ryan Kellogg, second-year man, 7 years of minor league ball from the Chicago Cubs organization, and the Visitors go to Gage Williams, who was not terrific in his Banana Ball debut a couple weekends ago against the Party Animals, but he is a very accomplished veteran pitcher in his own respect, one of the greatest in Georgia Gwinnett history, guy who compiled 340 strikeouts, a team record across over 260 innings pitched. So he is legitimately a guy who could really pave a future here in Banana Ball.
Well, Gage Williams, it's going to be a really fun matchup. I know it wasn't the results that he wanted in his very first start, but he's looking to rebound. He's looking to post an MPI time in this outing, and he loves pitching in front of really large crowds. And there's 15,000 on hand here in Victory Field, so it's a pretty nice crowd for Gage Williams to try and feed off their energy. And for Ryan Kellogg, he's got the benefit of facing the Visitors for the very first time and trying to carve up that lineup.
We'll have a lot more to dig into in a little while. In fact, the last thing I'd like to say before we send it down to Jesse Cole, we expect the debut of Ashton Lansdell tonight, who will be the 3rd woman to play in Banana Ball history. We expect that she will make her appearance on the mound tonight. So that is definitely something to look forward to as well. One of the best women in professional baseball that the United States of America has to offer. Okay, it's Banana Baby time. We have talked enough. Let's throw it down to the man in the yellow tux.
Fans, keep those spirit fingers going because it is now time to meet tonight's Banana Baby. When 3.5 months old and yelling because she's feeling this. She's feeling the purpose. She's feeling the passion. She's feeling something she's never felt before. 15,000 fans. Fans, look at her one more time. for tonight's Banana Baby, Gwen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the visitors' starting lineup. In left field, number 7, leading off, Ty Jackson. Batting second, shortstop, K.J. Jackson. Batting third at first base, Corral Prime. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, Armando Pacetta. Batting fifth, the extra hitter, Indiana Stanley. At DH, number 11, Travis Munoz. At third base, Dylan Kurahashi Choi Fu. Behind the dish, Taylor Justice. In right field, Corey Cubano. And at second base, Chris Vasquez. On the mound for the visitors, Gage Williams. The visitors are managed by Thomas Simino and assisted by Tim Culver.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am bringing some Bananas power to the plate. His name is Ellis. Ellis is 6 years old, and he's attempting to hit a home run against these visitors. So can I hear some noise for my dear friend, Ellis? He's digging in the box. Left-handed stance. Here comes pitch number 1. Great eye right there. Throw it over the plate. The count's 1-0. Here comes pitch number 2. Great eye. 2-0 count. Vince backs him off the plate. This is very intense. Strike 1. That was kind of hard. That was pretty firm, right? Oh, and there's strike 2. The count's 2-2. I'm not sure about how fair this is, but here comes Split, who knocks over the catcher, and he's going to steal the ball. And now, my friend Ellis has a, oh my, Split, take it easy. Take it easy, all right? He has a fair fight. Whenever you're ready, Ellis. Boom! That ball's crushed into right field. Nobody can handle it. Here's the throw to first. Overthrown. Ellis is on his way to second. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Ty Jackson with a long throw. He's rounding second. Bumbling, tumbling, stumbling his way around third. He trips and falls. Here comes the tag, and he is safe at the plate. Home run for Ellis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to learn the rules of our game. The name of the game is Banana Ball. In Banana Ball, we have 11 rules. Rule number 1, every inning counts. You win the inning, you get a point. How do you win the inning? Score more runs than the other team. The final inning counts the most, where every run counts for a point. Rule number 2, we have 9 innings or a 2-hour time limit unless. Rule number 3, if we are tied, we will force a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder. Rule number 4, there is no bunting because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Swing the bat. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base. Rule number 6, there are no walks in Banana Ball. Ball 4 is the sprint. The runner can go as far as they want until all 9 fielders touch the ball. Rule number 7, batters may not step outside of the batter's box. Rule number 8, there are no mound visits. Rule number 9, Banana Ball challenge rule. During the game, each team has an opportunity to challenge one umpire call per game, and not only do they get the challenge events, so do the fans. We have a fan challenge representative tonight. It is Mike. He has got a great seat. I think he had a beer earlier. He might not be paying attention. He might be okay tonight. Rule number 10, the golden bat. There he is. The golden batter rule once per game. He's not wearing his robe. That upsets me. Each team can take any hitter in their lineup and have them bat in any spot. And finally, the most fans first rule of them all. Indy, did you bring your gloves tonight? Oh, that's good, because if any of you fans catch a foul ball in this game, it counts for an out. And those are the rules of Banana Ball. And now it's time for a face-off between the Savannah Bananas and the visitors. This is the team rock, paper, scissors relay. One at a time they'll face off in single eliminations. The last team standing is going to win. Bananas, are you ready? Visitors, are you ready? Oh, man. Then hands in on your mark. Get set, go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ty Jackson off to the races here. He's killing the game. Here comes Michael Deeb. Oh, Ty Jackson's eliminated. Michael Vitamin Deeb is now dealing. Oh, you're out, Deeb. Here comes Donnie. EJ's out here. We got a man, the visitors are cooking. Here's Rack. Rack is out. The visitors are on the money here. Jackson Olsen's eliminated. Danny Do-It-All's eliminated. Superman to the rescue, maybe. Oh, no. Here we go. Ryan Cox stops the onslaught here. Now we're going. We got Indy Stanley out. Ryan Cox claims another one. Ryan Cox is cooking with gas now. KFC in the house gets one for the visitors. We're getting down to the wire here. Banana's still in. Cory's out. Last banana. The visitors take the rock, paper, scissors relay.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the right field line.
Well, that's
It's
one of the
time
most
for the
impressive performances I've ever seen in a rock, paper, scissors battle down there by Correll Prime, who has been the offensive dynamo for this visitor squad. So it just makes sense that he's the MVP when it comes to rock, paper, scissors as well.
An impressive job. Ryan Cox tried his best, was able to take down Goliath for a second, but it's still the visitors who won the water balloon relay last night,
right,
won the ball game, and now have won the rock, paper, scissors competition.
Yes, in case you're just joining us, the visitors with a 3-2 win last night in Savannah, the firefighters with a 5-2 win over the party animals. So for the first time in Banana Ball history, and only the fourth time that two games were happening at once, each of the visiting teams won the game.
And, you know, you want to see the favorites, of course, try and come away with the win. The Bananas and Party Animals, veteran teams with a lot of experience. But it's really encouraging for the sport of Banana Ball to see two teams come away with wins against those veterans. It was a really impressive night for both the firefighters and the visitors here in Indy.
That's right. And let's dig a little bit deeper into what happened last night here in Indianapolis with our Banana Ball box score of the game. It was Mr. Ty, two-time CPL champ with the Nanners, three-time Pettit Cup winner when you throw in his championship with the Blowfish a summer ago, who ends up being your showman of the night as the visitors outslugged the Nanners.
Yeah, you see the visitors with 11 hits compared to the Bananas 7, and it was Ty Jackson, KJ Jackson, and Correll Prime at the top of the batting order who combined for 7 of the team's 11 hits in the ball game. And we actually saw the Bananas and visitors tie in trick plays. It was actually the Bananas with 6 trick plays instead of 7 in the game, 12 total in the ball game. And you even look at Indy Stanley, who batted 5th for the team last night, went 2 for 4, had 3 runs batted in for the visitors. And really the only offense coming out of the Bananas was from Jackson Olsen, who had a walk-off in the second inning and also a sac fly later in the ball game.
You see the numbers there for Prime. Let's take a look at the video evidence of how unbelievable the 7-year minor leaguer has been here in his Banana Ball debut. This is a couple weekends ago, his second ever at-bat in Banana Ball, and that is long bombs away against his good buddy from the American Association, Mr. Brett Helton. And then a night later, after a foul home run against Garrett Delano, that is an easy, breezy, beautiful stand-up triple, and he's going to add himself a double on night 3, pick up an RBI to boot as well. And later on in the ball game, yeah, that's going to be a base knock. So he hit for the cycle across his first 3 banana ball games as he drove in Ty Jackson on the single. And then a night ago, 4th inning, this thing should not have stayed in the yard. It was absolutely tattooed. Wind was blowing in from left. Somehow, some way, it does not leave Victory Field. He ends up with an RBI double. And then later on in the ball game, yeah, 2 men on, nobody out. That is big time trouble. He's going to send that thing fair down the left field line. Ty Jackson driven in once again by Prime. Really good relay by the Nanners to cut down the speedy KJ Jackson at the dish. But it is insane what Correll Prime has done across 4 banana ball games.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get a look at the stats for Correll Prime, currently batting .467, and he's good friends with Brett Helton. They go back all the way playing in the American Association together, and Correll's had a lot of time to really pick Brett's brain about how banana ball has been played, so he already feels very comfortable with his approach at the plate, comfortable in trick plays as well. Prime with quite a few for the visitors, and really for Prime, he's told us that it's really nice to see the results on the field so far, as he's gunning to be a future banana ball player in 2025.
Now for the Nanners, one of their red hot guys, there's a few, but Reese Alexiadis is the man who stands out coming into game 2 here in Indianapolis. Take a look at what Super Reese has done across his last 10 games.
He's got the .500 batting average for the Bananas. He got his first career home run to start June against Bradford Webb. And in 10 games, he has 9 trick plays. And he's, of course, pacing all banana ball rookies with 20 this season. It's really nice to see Reese comfortable in the batter's box, something he was talking about at lunch today with me. And for Super Reese, I expect a lot more here tonight. And the Bananas actually have the luxury of batting him down in the 9 spot today. I think it's to try and spark a little more offense at the bottom of that order. Reese, a perfect man to put down there.
Yeah, that is a luxury to have the 2023 Pioneer League MVP in your 9-hole. Well, it will be tall tasks for a couple guys on the mound to deal with Prime and Alexiadis here tonight. It's going to be Ryan Kellogg on the Nanners and Gage Williams getting the start for the visitors.
Yeah, Ryan Kellogg over his last 4 games has had a rocky time on the pitcher's mound. He's looking to amend that here tonight, and fortunately for Kellogg, he's going to be facing the visitors for the very first time. He's a guy who spent 7 years in the Chicago Cubs minor league organization. He's a very intelligent pitcher, and what's more, he's tied for the 2nd lowest ball 4 sprint rate of any pitcher on the Bananas as well. So he's going to be filling up the zone. And for Gage Williams, another thing for him, he did not have the start that he wanted against the Party Animals 2 weekends ago. He is much more focused on commanding and throwing first pitch strikes in tonight's ball game to the Savannah Bananas.
The fans are being warmed up here in Victory Field. Let's take a peek at over 15,000 folks getting loose before tonight's banana ball game. We're about 7 minutes away from first pitch here on the Bananas YouTube channel. Good to see some jumping jacks for the great folks here in the capital of the Hoosier State. We'll toss it down to Jesse Cole and company as the pregame show motors on.
Crazy for you. Fans, let's hear it for 6-year-old Layla.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world, tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live, thousands more still watching at home, have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Savannah to Indiana, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all 15,000 people here in Indianapolis to get up on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
Victory Field, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Savannah Bananas. Leading off the center fielder, number 5, DR the Doc Meadows. Batting second, the catcher, number 1, Bill Leroy. Batting third, the extra hitter, number 19, Dan Ober. In the cleanup spot at DH, number 7, Michael Vitamin D. Batting fifth at first base, number 3, Eric Joe. Batting sixth in left field, number 15, we call him Rack Robert Anthony Cruz. Third baseman, number 18, Danny Hosley. At second base, number 8, he's our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. Batting ninth in right field, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. And batting 10th at shortstop, number 6, he is our glove magician, Ryan Cox. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas tonight, number 49, Ryan Kellogg. Your Savannah Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Virant and Ray Ortega. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing if you're able and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome Leah Crane.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and our home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leah Crane.
What a national anthem. What a flyover from a commercial flight from Southwest. The folks here are fired up for game 59 of the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour. Loved by the folks who first said, let's work it out on the remix. Our fierce friends over at Zappos. It is game 2 here in Indianapolis. The visitors victorious an evening ago. The Nanners looking for revenge. Let's see how the boys in white and yellow line it up defensively as they hope to force a rubber match tomorrow night. Left to right in their outfield, it is Robert Anthony Cruz, D.R. Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. Third to first in the infield is Danny Hosley, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and Eric Jones Jr. Behind the dish is Bill Leroy, and towing the slab, Ryan Kellogg.
Last night it was Ryan Cox with a hat trick of trick plays for the Bananas. He is up to 122 on the season and chasing his single season mark of 144 trick plays, trying to break that record this year. Reese Alexiadis in right field had 2 trick plays last night for the Bananas as well. And D.R. Meadows tried for trick play number 50 last night, was not successful, but tonight could be the night that he becomes the first outfielder to 50 trick plays in a single season.
Let's feast our peepers on the man who's 2 for 2 in his trick play attempts, the big southpaw from the Great White North. 6'6", 230-pound Ryan Kellogg. Spent 7 years in minor league baseball, getting up to AAA in the Chicago Cubs organization, and has been a stalwart in the Nanners rotation here for a second straight year.
2 wins and 4 losses on the season for Ryan Kellogg, making start number 17. He is tied for the second lowest ball 4 sprint rate on the team, allowing sprints to just 4.3% of batters. And despite the 6.71 earned run average you see on the screen, the advanced metrics suggest his earned run average should be somewhere around 5.20. So he's had a little of unfortunate luck on the mound, but he's also not pitching his best as of late. His last 4 games, he's thrown 11 innings and allowed 22 hits to opponents. He's only given up 2 sprints and struck out 8, but the earned run average at 9 for Ryan Kellogg, and his average minutes per inning time, 5 minutes and 7 seconds. So Kellogg looking to improve here tonight, and he does have the benefit of throwing in a pitcher's park in Victory Field and against a plethora of banana ball rookies in the visitors.
It'll be a tough task right from the jump when it comes to the visitors. Let's get it down to Jesse Cole.
So on 3, I need everyone here to yell, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Leading off for the visitors, numbers
for Cole. I say it's a tough task because Ty Jackson, Kyle Jackson, and Correll Prime all due to swing it here in the first, combined for 7 hits, 2 doubles a night ago. They powered this visitors offense, which produced 9 runs, took down the Bananas 3-2 when it comes to points. And Ty Jackson with a quick 2-ball, no strike counts. Has to look out for the 2-seam, 4-seam fastballs, as well as the changeup, slider, and curveball. 5-pitch mix from Kellogg. Ty was the showman of the night an evening ago. Gets jammed here. Cox is underneath it. Behind the back! What a trick play to kick off the ball game.
Superb catch. Ryan Cox taking some bows for the fans. Danny Hosley, who originated that trick play, fired up as he watched Cox land his 123rd this season. An impressive start to the ball game for the Bananas defensively.
Now Hosley has a chance for some trickery. He's taking off the hat, tries to go behind the back, and can't grab the banana ball. So another life here for KJ Jackson. If KJ reaches base, it will be the first trick play missed on the tour for Hosley. It's a perfect 20 for 20 coming into the year, but if his pitcher can pick him up, there will be no harm, no foul. Jackson just getting a piece of that one. 5 for 15 with 3 home runs in 4 games as a banana baller.
It was way out in front of the off-speed pitch there from Kellogg. Now he tries to speed up the bat of KJ, and this one bounced to Kellogg. He will have no play as he had to wait for the banana ball to come back down in his glove. Speed of Jackson gets him to first base, and it's a single for KJ, and Danny Hosley will be given his first trick play miss of the season.
Make Danny do it all. 20 for 21 now in his trick play attempts. Jackson has great speed over at first base. Has not attempted to swipe a bag across 4 games here in his young banana ball career as Correll Prime steps in, the first baseman. 7 for 15. Home run, a triple, 3 doubles. Hosley to second for 1. Olsen over to first, not in time. Prime has easy breezy speed. 6'5", and he just glides around the bases. Comes Armando Becerra, the center fielder. With 0-2 count. And good job there on the slider, diving out of the zone by Mondo just to get some wood on it.
Just sticking the bat out, hoping you're making some kind of contact to keep yourself alive in the AB. Now Kellogg, once again, after slowing down Becerra's bat, tries to give him a little more heat, and the fans unable to come away with the catch. Mondo continues to battle against the big lefty.
This is one of the cooler moments in Banana Ball. Armando, 21 years old, Kellogg, 30, with 7 years of minor league baseball experience. And it's going to be Olsen making the catch. Ranging out into shallow right. Nice snag by the Nanners second baseman. Great start to the night for Ryan Kellogg.
Not an efficient route for Jackson Olsen, but comes up with the catch nonetheless. A scary play, but Ryan Kellogg's defense backs him in the top of the first, and the Bananas will try and grab the lead against the visitors.
Like it would have been easier for Super Reese to call off the great 8, but no harm, no foul afterwards. Let's take a look at the visitors' defense as they have to put up a 0 to keep this game tied in the all-important points department. Left to right in their outfield, it's Ty Jackson, Armando Becerra, and Cory Kent. In the infield, third to first, can barely fit his name on the graphic, Dylan Kurahashi, Choi Fu, KJ Jackson, Christopher Vasquez, and Correll Prime. Catching is Taylor Justice, and on the bump to start it out, Gage Williams.
And last night we saw the visitors with 6 trick plays, and they only missed 1. It's Dylan Kurahashi, Choi Fu at the third base position. He's now had 3 straight games with 2 trick plays for the visitors. Armando Becerra is still leading the team with 7 through their first 4 games. And you've got to look for the corner outfielders, Ty Jackson and Cory Kent. They tried some trick plays against the Party Animals 2 weekends ago. I'm sure they're going to try and get some here tonight against the Bananas.
You look at the numbers here for Gage Williams, really impressive stuff from the man out of Georgia Gwinnett College. As you take a look at right there from his 2023 campaign, second to last with Georgia Gwinnett.
And in Gage's first start in Banana Ball, only threw an inning and the third credited innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, and 3 of them were earned. He was unable to record an MPI time as he allowed 3 walk-offs. He said the lights weren't too bright for him, but he just had to adjust to the game that he was playing and felt like it sped up on him a little bit. But the goals for him tonight are to get ahead in counts early in the ball game to the Bananas.
Please welcome Sony Music Nashville recording artist, Cory Kent.
All the mother boys say she's a goodbye girl. She'll wreck your world and leave before the morning sun. But here she is free, lying next to me now. 'Cause I ain't trying to tame her love. I keep the windows down and the wind in her hair. Keep her heart hanging on round every turn. Ain't scared to get tied down, scared to get burned. Just looking for somebody wild as her. Indianapolis, y'all ready to get a little wild?
Bouncer up the middle, fielded between the legs, 360, KJ Jackson. What a trick play from the Banana Ball rookie.
Ryan Cox started the top of the first defensively for the Bananas with the trick play. KJ Jackson, the opposing shortstop, starts the bottom half with a doozy, reminiscent of one that you would see from Chase Acuff, and a great play to retire the speedy DR Meadows.
All the while, Cory Kent continues to blast out wild as her on top of the Bananas dugout. It's always a wild scene in Banana Land as Bill Leroy steps in. And he's behind no balls, 2 strikes. Has to look out for a 5-pitch mix from Williams. Lanky right-hander, not as tall as Ryan Kellogg, just an inch shy at 6'5". Out of Suffolk, Virginia. 2-2 coming. Full count now. Let's see what he goes to. He's got the 4-seam fastball, sinker, changeup, curveball, which is more of a slurve, and a cutter. Good contact from Bill out to right center. It is big-time trouble. Becerra after it. Leroy on his horse. And he's going to stop at second. Wow, he had an excellent chance there for his first triple of the tour. Instead, he'll be content with the 2-bagger.
It's a surprising decision from Bill Leroy, who will be instantly pinch ran for by Flash the Kid, Malachi Mitchell. Great shot into the gap, had the benefit of the visitors who were starting to shift in, thinking they might have to play some sprint defense, but Bill watched Armando Becerra roam center field for a summer in 2022. Obviously showed his respect for visitor center fielder's arm more than anything else.
There's Dan Oberst. Big difference being at third base at second with 1 down. Of course, at third base, a productive out. One of the best hitters in Banana Ball history would score the speedy Flash the Kid. Instead, it's going to take a hit. This one's chopped to Williams behind the back. Sling to first in time. Gage Williams, congratulations on your first career trick play. Nicely done in a big spot.
Well, he wasn't worried about trying to get the out at third base, especially with the speed of Malachi Mitchell. Instead, wanted to make sure that he could add a little flair, collect the trick play, and retire Dan Oberst. Tremendous stuff from Gage.
It's out of the frying pan into the fire as Michael Vitamin D, the former Chicago White Sox minor leaguer, steps in, pacing the tour with his 22 walk-offs. Able to hold up on that one. Third base umpire Justin Jones confirms that. This one a mile high to right. Gorostazu taking off his jersey, bouncing it up in the air, and Armando Becerra will come down with it. Corey Cubano grabs his first career trick play. A trio of them on the inning for the visitors, and they strand Mitchell at third and put up a very important goose egg.
The visitors, very impressive stuff in the bottom of the first inning defensively. We mentioned how much Gorostazu was looking to perfect a trick play, and their good communication between Christopher Vasquez and Armando Becerra to make sure that it was Becerra who would come away with that catch and make sure the Bananas would not score in the inning.
Take a look at the 3 guys on this visitors squad who have spent a lot of time in affiliated baseball. Starts with Travis Munoz, who's in the 6th hole, the designated hitter tonight. Spent 7 years in the Chicago White Sox minor league system. Correll Prime, we've already seen what he can do. He reached on a fielder's choice today, but that still makes him 7 for 16 on the tour. He spent 6 years with the Rockies, another in the Rangers farm system. And then Ben Dunn III, we saw him get his first career Banana Ball win a night ago. Spent time in the Twins and Braves organizations.
All of these guys have impressed in their first 4 games with the visitors. We know Correll Prime, a 2014 Rockies Organizational Player of the Year. Travis Munoz, some good times with the White Sox, and has impressed with his ability to hop from batter's box to batter's box and switch hit in the middle of his ABs. And again, Ben Dunn, fantastic last night in helping the visitors claim the victory against the Bananas.
A sleeveless Indiana Stanley leads off the second. And as per usual, we saw it a whole lot over his 2022 summer as a Banana. Big reason why that team won their 2nd straight Pettit Cup. He likes to swing early and often, and he can create some loud contact. How about Robert Anthony Cruz? A backflip catch on a ridiculous angle to retire Indiana.
I cannot believe that Robert Anthony Cruz even attempted that trick play. Looked like he wasn't in the perfect position to come away with it, but wows the crowd nonetheless, ripping the backflip, making the catch, and it's pretty cool for those young fans. You saw it on the video with the Rack Let's Grow sign, being able to witness a doozy of a trick play.
This was one of the craziest things I've seen in my life. Travis Monroe, a switch hitter, was in the left-handed batter's box, could tell that Bill Leroy was setting up behind him, so he turns around and hits righty, as the pitch obviously would have been ball one, but this is banana ball. So let's swing away. So the count on your scoreboard is wrong. It's now a ball and a strike on the former White Sox minor leaguer, guy who actually spent time with Michael Deeb in their farm system in 2019. In fact, not just spent time, they were roommates. Said they slept about 3 feet away from each other. The baseball world gets smaller and smaller every day you live it. Two balls and 2 strikes now. A full count on the kid out of Indio, California. A natural righty, didn't start switch hitting till his 11th grade year in high school. This one is going to be over the head of Meadows in center. Big time trouble. Monroe can burn, and he's going to try for 3. Relay from Cox, never had a chance. First triple in the banana ball career of Travis Monroe.
And the beneficiary of a misread for DR Meadows took the first step in, and that ball just continued to carry. The winds are blowing north at 11 miles an hour, and that seems to be what continued to carry that banana ball over the head of DR Meadows. Couldn't quite make the adjustment, and it winds up triple for the visitors' designated hitter.
Couple beautiful benders. And a quick 0-2 count here on Dylan Kurahashi Choi-Fu out of Waimanalo, Hawaii. He's going to send this one in the air, shallow left, not deep enough at all to score Monroe. Good hustle there from Rack. The former Washington Nationals minor leaguer comes in to get a big second out.
Loved that decision by Robert Anthony Cruz. Good speed, was able to get himself into position, calls off a player who's moving back, backpedaling to make the catch. Smart play, as Rack also would have had all his momentum, or did have all his momentum going towards home plate if Monroe had tried and tagged there.
That one, hot shot, diving stop, Ryan Cox, 360 across the diamond, just in time to nab Taylor Justice. We'll see if the visitors challenge. That's one of the best plays you will ever see made by a shortstop in your life. Let's see now if it stands. Where the glove magician continues to dazzle. We join Zach Frangelo and Vincent Chapman on the headsets. Well, Vincent currently bobbling around with his. Our director of entertainment makes his way over to our home plate umpire. And we take a look. Oh, he's safe, clearly. That call's overturned.
Yep, the call is overturned, guys.
Easy. Look at that. Good job, control room. That's the easiest review we've had in our entire life.
Ladies and gentlemen, after review, the ruling on the field overturned.
Paul Ullman's call is flipped. And that means in one fell swoop, Taylor Justice, the catcher tonight, 2022 Coastal Plain League champion Banana, gets his first hit and RBI of the summer. Only got one start offensively against the Party Animals a couple weekends ago, went 0 for 4. That was well struck. Would have been robbed of the ribeye and the hit. But Cox did everything he possibly could to grab Justice. There was really nothing else that could be done there. That is a 3-pitch strikeout of Corey Garastazu. And the damage limited to the 1 run.
You got that right. We are going to fire it up here with our sing-off. We're going to play 3 songs. When we finish that song,
Let's get it down to Sam Bauman.
Josh, of course, with the Visitors being the official developmental team of Banana Ball, we got a roster full of guys who are looking to do just that, develop their skills as a Banana Ball player. Perhaps no one taking more advantage of that than shortstop KJ Jackson, who's already put on quite the show today. Now, he's been spending a lot of time with the guy who probably does it better than anybody else. Of course, that's Ryan Cox when it comes to trick plays. I caught up with KJ a little bit earlier today to find out what he's garnered from the Glove Magician so far.
Just the way he has his confidence and trusts his abilities to make the trick play and not let the moment be too big or speed himself up, I think it's super cool. And the way he goes about it off the field as well, making sure he gets his reps in before, making sure his mind's in the right place. He just dominates what he does and does it really well. And as someone I can look up to, he makes sure that all the younger guys are taken care of and making sure we're held accountable. And it's really cool to see that leadership in the clubhouse.
Guys, I did talk to Ryan Cox as well. Nothing but a glowing review about KJ here. And he said he's a hard-working guy. He's here to learn and here to have fun, and it is showing off. We're talking stats. KJ, he had 5 trick plays coming into tonight. Picked up number 6 here in just 5 games so far. On the way up, not quite to triple digits like Ryan, but if he keeps it up, who knows? And I know, guys, we're going to be checking in with KJ and Ryan a little bit later today, and we'll hear more about their conversation. Check us out on YouTube, too. We live there. Banana Ball. Biko, Josh, let's get it back to you.
Sam Bauman, thank you so much. How about the Big J journalistic integrity to stay locked in, tapped in? Well, Bananas head coach Tyler Gillum tried to throw off our darling Sam. Unfazed.
I can't believe he would even think of doing such a thing.
Yeah, he's a trickster, that Gillum. 2-2 count here on the former Twins and Mariners minor leaguer, Eric Jones Jr. As the Nanners are chasing a run here in the 2nd inning. Taylor Justice drove in Travis Monio to put the Visitors ahead. And now this one under the glove of KJ Jackson. The official scoring decision.
Hit for EJ. Hard hit. KJ with just a little bit of a slow jump on that one, and ball just got by him.
100% a hit. Ryan Kenny would be proud of us.
Kill the error.
So the inning tying run aboard, and now the inning winning run steps into the box, the ever dangerous Robert Anthony Cruz. One of the hottest men in Banana Land right now. Check on EJ over at first, who does not run like the wind, but you cannot lose track of him. He's 9 for 9 on the tour in his stolen base attempts. Really smart base runner who chooses his opportunities wisely.
And we could see him choose one of those opportunities right now as Gage Williams has fallen behind Robert Anthony Cruz 3-0 for rack fouls this one away, giving fans an opportunity at the catch. Not able to come away with it. EJ could try and take off to see if he could get a really good jump and score if Williams misses, and that's exactly EJ's strategy. EJ barreling around and already getting the wave for Tyler Gillum, and that is going to be an inning tying. Ball 4 sprint for Robert Anthony Cruz. The aggression from Eric Jones Jr. pays big dividends for the Bananas.
Is the Banana Ball IQ on display, making these couple palookas in the booth feel pretty good about themselves. So the inning knotted at 1 run apiece, just like that. And a fastball is poured in for strike 1 to Danny Hosley. Rack on first base represents the inning winning run. It was good sprint defense by the Visitors. EJ just got an excellent jump and never slowed down for a second on his way from first to home.
Just the way that Eric Jones Jr. rounded that second base bag, it was Tyler Gillum who never stopped giving him the windmill home. As Gage Williams tries to check on Robert Anthony Cruz, and the ball gets away from Correll Prime, so it's Rack moving up into scoring position.
At first glance, it looked like an E1 on the pitcher. That's how it will stand for now. Another inning-winning run, 180 feet away. And this one blasted out to left center. Jackson and Becerra converge, and they collide. Oh no. It's going to be a stop sign for Rack. No outs, no reason to risk it, and now we just hope that Ty and Armando are okay. Becerra was able to jump to his feet and throw the ball in. Ty Jackson is still trying to collect himself. Another look.
A very hard collision between the two outfielders for the visitors. It was Armando who got up pretty good on his own power to field that ball, but Ty still down in pain as the trainer Francis Gilbert goes out to check on him.
Well, that's one of those moments where the ball's a mile high, over 15,000 fans on hand. They're screaming. Obviously a miscommunication between the visitors' center fielder and left fielder. It's Armando's ball if he's calling for it. And Ty, it looked like, thought like Armando was not making the call, was going full speed ahead, and at the last second really hit-sticked his center fielder. Haven't really had a chance even to make a play on the ball. Ty looks woozy. I would be surprised if he stays in this game.
The visitors fortunately have some guys on their bench who are capable of playing corner outfield, and looks like it might be Joe Nelson Smith Jr. who's going to be the man called upon to enter this game defensively for them.
It's another odd one to score. Josh, the official scoring decision is awesome to see Ty walking off the field under his own power.
I might be watching this one back after the game.
Pencil it in as an E7 for now. Osley ends up at second base, Cruz at third. Really should have been the first out of the inning. Rack should still be at second base. Instead, it's a really tricky situation here for Gage Voorhees. And obviously, neither guy ended up even touching the ball. Ty was just trying to get to the spot. Ran into a parked Armando. And with the two of them on the ground, don't have a chance in the world at the banana ball.
Very surprising to see, especially considering how often in the 2022 summer for the Bananas we saw Armando Becerra in center field, Ty Jackson in left, and again, just a miscommunication between the two on who's going to try and field that ball.
This one destroyed deep out to right. It's going to end up being a ground rule double. Jackson Olsen walks off the inning, grabs a pair of steaks for his troubles, and the Nanners will win the frame 3-1 and take a 1-point lead to nothing here in this ballgame.
It's a nice start to the series for Jackson Olsen in Indianapolis. Had the walk-off single last night in the second inning, has a walk-off double here tonight, and also tacked on a sac fly late in the ballgame. So already 4 runs batted in the series.
Nanners up by a point, and we'll toss it down to Maceo Harrison and the fellas as they dance us to the third. What a job by Mace with Andy Archer, Alex Ziegler, Noah Nisnik, and Malachi Mitchell to help him with the boogie. First half of the third inning. Coming here from Indianapolis, game 2 of 3 between the visitors and the Bananas. Ryan Kellogg out for a third Kramer's work. It's going to be 10-1 and 2. Visitors order. Christopher Vasquez leading it off. The newly inserted into the game, Joe Nelson Smith Jr. on deck. And Kyle Jackson waiting in the hole. As the second baseman, quietly one of the most accomplished banana ball players of all time. He has been involved in the sport in Bananaland since 2019. Shows that he can always swing it. A career batting average north of 300, leads off the inning with a line drive into left center.
It's a .314 career banana ball batting average for Christopher Vasquez. 9 runs batted in and 4 walk-offs as well. And is all the way playing for the Bananas back in the 3rd banana ball game of all time, the Fansgiving game.
He was the MVP as Joe Nelson Smith gets himself a base hit on the first pitch he sees tonight. Off the bench, smacks it right through the 6 hole. 2 on, nobody out here for Kyle Jackson. Vasquez actually participated in the 2019 Summer Splash Games. The CPL All-Star Game was in Grayson Stadium. He played for Team Savannah. That was his intro. Guy out of USC Beaufort, originally from Orlando, Florida. So he was playing college ball just up the road from the hostess city of the South. And now, with the ball and no strikes on Jackson, Kellogg will bring in Cox, Olsen, and Meadows for a dance. This one a moonshot to shallow right center, and DR's gonna make the catch. From boogieing to make the play, the doctor shows off his range.
Another surprising decision that DR Meadows was the man waving off Jackson Olsen and Reese Alexiadis, coming up with that catch. But of course we know that this guy has some wheels, and shouldn't be a surprise that KJ Jackson was hacking on the 3-2-2 pitch, hacked at Dalton Ponce's 6-2-2 pitch, and came away with that inside the park home run a couple weekends ago in game 3 against the Animals.
Now the dangerous Correll Prime. Combined 14 years of minor league baseball experience between the pitcher and hitter here. Good job fighting off the 0-2 pitch. Able to stay alive, fans can't make a play. Another foul ball. And once again, it is not caught. A lot of Floridians in Bananaland. Prime adds to the list out of Bradenton. Finally sees a ball. 5th pitch of the plate appearance. Snap throw, nice job, Alex Ziegler. Freshly inserted defensively here in the top of the 3rd. Able to make a sliding snag to keep that ball in the infield.
He's able to get it in glove, but I think Ziggy just focused on making sure body stays in front of Banana Ball there. Now Correll Prime working a very impressive plate appearance, has run the count full against Ryan Kellogg.
From 0-2 to 3-2. And the fans with another chance to make an out. They come up empty once again. 9th pitch of the plate appearance coming. Vasquez leads off second. Nelson Smith Jr. leads off first. Foul ball. This plate appearance is destined for 10 pitches. The battle here between Bananaland's giants, and Prime wins it, earns the sprint. Vasquez will score easily for the second as all 7 Bananas fielders behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it's live. They do a good job of making sure Smith Jr. does not score from first. It is a team-leading 6th RBI on the tour for Prime. The visitors jump ahead here in the 3rd.
Quite the plate appearance overall for Correll Prime, and we mentioned Ryan Kellogg with the 2nd lowest ball force sprint rate on the Bananas, allowing just 4.3% of batters. And the only way he's going to be allowing sprints like that is if the plate appearances do go double digits, like we just saw with Prime.
Correll incredibly fast, but it's not bursty speed. It takes him a while to get to his top velocity. He's not known for his running. His last campaign in the American Association, only 1 stolen base in 94 games played. Uh-oh! Armando Becerra! Oh, wow! To the berm! 3-run homer for the visitors' center fielder. Mondo with his first career banana ball blast.
In 42 games with the Bananas in 2022, we didn't see Armando hit a single home run for the Bananas, but has only gotten better as his playing career has progressed. Hit 9 home runs at Erskine in 2023 and now collects his first banana ball blast off of Ryan Kellogg. What a shot, some lefty on lefty crime.
Guy who left the yard 8 times this past spring at Florida International University as Indy Stanley sends that one to the left center field gap. It is knocked down by D.R. Meadows and is going to be a stand-up double. The visitors' extra hitter. Back-to-back pitches produce extra base hits for the visitors. Indy homered a couple weekends ago against the Party Animals. It's his first double of the summer. The visitor is looking to add on to what is already a 4-run top of the inning. Stanley off for 3rd, and Travis Munoz fouls it off. He fouled out to a fan last night. Currently the only visitor to be retired by a fan in the team's history. That one misses just a hair down. Kellogg calls it a strike. It's that Chapman's opinion is the one that matters, unfortunately, for Banana Land's Big Maple. A ball and 2 strikes on Munoz. Slow chopper. Hosley behind the back, and he's going to tag out Stanley. How about that for his 21st trick play on the tour?
An odd way to get a trick play, but Danny Hosley, who went behind the back, was still able to secure the out. Just comes in a very odd fashion, as it was Indy Stanley who thought Hosley was going to throw across the diamond, and Hosley instead sees Stanley right in his peripheral, and Ryan Cox is able to take this chopper, go between the legs, but Alex Ziegler cannot get the throw into his glove as he was going for a double trick play. Instead, gets Dylan Kurahashi Choi Fu up to second base, and it's a trick play miss for Ziggy.
It was not the right throw to try it on. Ziggy's so unbelievable going behind the back over at first base, but that thing was right around the top of his noggin. He is a miraculous fielder, but that was a trick. Too tough to pull off. So Munoz now off of 3rd, Kurahashi Choi Fu off 2nd. And a ball and a strike on the catcher Taylor Justice. Drove in a run with an infield single an inning ago. He gives the fans a chance. And they come through. Taylor Justice fouls out to a fan. I was walking over to the park with Taylor yesterday. He told me one of his dreams across these 6 games would be to foul out to a fan. And in Banana Land, dreams do come true. He tips his cap to that man who made a fine basket catch.
Almost tumbled back down into his seat to come up with that snag, and you just heard the roar of the crowd. Pretty special moment for that fan.
The Banana Band blasts away. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, it's a 4-run top half for the visitors. We are welcomed by their phenomenal young shortstop, KJ Jackson, going between the legs in the warm-ups. Kyle, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing great. Vigo, how are you?
Couldn't be any better, my friend. That was a heck of an inning for you guys.
Oh, that first? Or just that 4-run inning?
Yeah, that always feels good.
Yeah, I wish I could have participated. I saw that 6-2-2. I got turned up.
Well, you got your base knock back in the first inning, so 1 for 2's a nice start to your ball game. Can you talk us through what your banana ball experience has been like so far, my man?
Yeah, it's been nothing short of crazy. It's been nothing short of insane. I'm good, Brian. Thank you, though. Yeah, I went from playing normal ball to trying to do stuff like this and it being okay.
That was sweet.
I don't know. It's just kind of one of them things that you just try it and it works.
Behind the back with the scoop.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy how it works. Wave to my parents.
Your Kent State season ended on a Thursday. By Saturday, you were in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Taking ground balls with Ryan Cox.
I was the GOAT.
And by Monday, you were in Banana Land for the visitors' orientation.
Yeah, it was quick, it was fun, it was exciting. That's what I live for, man. I love this stuff. This is my type of environment. Reese Alexiadis will lead off
The last of the third here, 9, 10, and 1 for the Bananas. Cox and Meadows due to swing it after Super Reese. And let's stick to Ryan Cox, because obviously he's the gold standard when it comes to trick plays at shortstop. That's another monster hack from
Sure
Reese.
is.
And it was a pretty cool opportunity for you to get to learn from the best who's ever done it in our young sports history.
Yeah, he's one of a kind, man. The way he carries himself on and off the field is nothing short of spectacular, man. It's fun to watch. It's cool to be like, I wouldn't say an understudy, but I definitely am. Hey, we're definitely younger. I'm 22 years old. He's got some years on me, and he doesn't act like it. Oh shoot! Here you go.
Sprint defense.
I'm getting a set of straight.
And Alexiadis is going to get 2 bases.
Why are you so fast? Why are you so fast, man?
I mic'd up, people.
He says what up. They heard you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we got him loud and clear.
All right, Coxie, come on. Give me some love. If I hit me, I'm doing a trick play no matter what.
Oh, fouled away.
Oh my gosh! Oh shoot!
What a jumping catch by that guy.
What a catch.
He leaps.
Great catch. Let's go, come on!
Leaps out of his seat, comes down with a barehanded snag and a beauty at that.
What a catch. I ought to give that guy a hug. Man, I owe him a handshake or something.
With his back up against the wall, he makes the catch, and Ryan Cox has the outright tour lead and fouls out to fans with 4.
Safe.
Alexiadis will swipe third. Looks like Brady Keiss is already up there with them, hanging out with our hero.
I see that. I see number 8 up there with the Colts head. All right, here we go. 2.
Back to the top of the order. Here's DR Meadows.
Ooh, he's not chasing that.
He bounced into a remarkable trick play by our man on the mic back in the first.
Oh, shoot.
And we got another sprint here from Gage Williams, who's not thrilled with Vincent Chapman's strike zone.
It's a good ball for sprint defense right there, baby. Hey, here we go. Let's roll it up.
Kept a very speedy man at first base.
Double play right here.
Still a 3-run lead in the inning.
Yeah,
now,
we're good. We're good.
to get back to the trick play, that was a high level of difficulty trick play. I'm sure you practiced that one a decent amount, going between the legs on the 360.
I haven't done it in a game. I was waiting for my moment. If a ball's hit to me at any point this inning, I'm going to do something special. So.
Now, KJ, are there any other trick plays that you're looking to pull off before this series ends in Indianapolis?
If a ball's hit to me right now, you're going to see. Oh, that was the pitch, Bill. Yeah, if it's hit to me right now, I'm not going for a double play. I'm going for something special.
Yeah, you've got the run support to work with.
Exactly,
I'm sure Gage will endorse your decision.
He will. That's my boy. He's got me. Here we go, Fiver. Come on, kid. Ooh. All right, kid. Let's go fill it up here. 5 up. Gotta root on the boys.
No doubt about that.
3. Hey, let's go.
Now things are getting a little spicy.
Yeah, they sure are. Runner.
Bill will only get 1 base. Once again, really good sprint defense by your visitors.
Yeah, it sure is.
But now...
Hey, I'm not going to be too upset about this long inning so I can talk to you longer.
Oh, no doubt about that. Unfortunately, it gets a little scary for you guys because...
If Dan hits a homer...
This is a guy with 4 home runs on the tour already.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Maybe I won't do something special. It just depends. I might. Ooh.
We trust your judgment.
Hey, I'm kind of a risk taker. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big risk taker.
Meadows dancing off third. Leroy off first.
Good pitch, Gage. That was nasty.
Healthy cut. That looked like a right-on-right changeup.
It sure was. It sure was. Oh, shoot.
That ball blasted, but straight to Smith Jr. in left. As Meadows will tag and score. You guys are in the business of trading outs for runs right now.
All right. If Deeb hits it to me, I'm doing it. It's going to happen, Pico.
We're waiting with bated breath. Now it's Michael Vitamin D, who flew out into a trampoline trick play for Corey Cubano in right back in the first.
Oh, shoot.
It's going to be Vazzy with the trick play opportunity under the leg. And that will get the job done.
It's a winning inning. Good job, Vazzy. Good job.
Congratulations on a tie game, KJ.
Yes, sir. 1-1, new ball game.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Blast, dude.
Keep killing it out there,
my
KJ.
trick plays a somersault.
I love it. Can't wait to see it.
Awesome. Thank you.
There goes Kyle Jackson. What a bright banana ball career he has in front of him. That is what Tyler Gillum likes to call an energy giver. As we'll get it down to Jesse Cole for the water balloon derby.
I've got Chase and I've got Bananas pitcher Andy Archer dealing on this side, Jesse.
All right, and I got Ethan Scooja here. Whoever hits the most is the winner. Fitz, you think the first base section's going to win? Let me hear ya.
Boo. How
What do you
about
think?
the third base side?
All right, here we go. On your mark, get set, go.
Let's go, Andy.
We're at 2. Oh, yes. Yes. We're going strong, Eli. Go. Yes. We're feeling it here.
Count. I'm taking it.
He's got 15 seconds left.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
What did your section have over there, young professor?
We have a grand total of 16 over here.
Well, I gotta tell you something. We had 18 over here in the first base section. So our winner is Elias Scooge.
Big Scooge fired up to be the victorious water balloon derby batting practice tosser over there is Cowboy Kyle Lewicks will come on in for the Nanners here as we kick off the 4th inning. And the fan gets a shout out. We're recording the second foul out to a fan of the 3rd inning, 1 for each team.
Pretty impressive stuff from the fans in Indianapolis. Cowboy Kyle misses with his first pitch. Corey Garastazu, and for Kyle, it's his 19th time climbing the hill this season. 3 wins and 2 losses for the Cowboy, but he did take the loss on night 2 in his last game in Nashville. 3 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits and 4 earned runs, and really only had 1 brutal inning, but the Bananas bats were not able to provide him any offense that night. But it's Kyle averaging almost 3.5 strikeouts to every ball 4 sprint he issues, and opponents batting .310 against him this year.
got 9-10, and then the top of the order for the visitors. Anastasiou struck out on 3 pitches against Ryan Kellogg back in the 2nd inning. Middleland's Big Maple ends up going 3 frames, allowing 4 runs. Check that, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. There's out number 1 for Lewis as Hosley takes care of the looping liner.
Good start for Kyle, good play by Danny Hosley, and Bananas love having Kyle follow Ryan Kellogg, and he's had a lot of success when he's done so. Now let's see if he can attack tonight's donut batter, Christopher Vasquez.
A lot of shared Bananaland history between these two. Of course, Kyle, Coastal Plain League Banana in 2018, so this is his 7th campaign in white and yellow. And went through Vazzy's resume his first time up. Been around these parts since 2019. Was a One City World Tour Banana back in 2021. And played alongside Kyle in his first Banana Ball World Tour in 2022 in West Palm Beach and Kansas City. And a Summer Series party animal from August of 2022.
You can see Cowboy Kyle trying to egg on this crowd. He is all smiles as he comes set with his 2-2 pitch and gets the heater past Vazzy. It's Cowboy Kyle securing the fans in Indianapolis some donuts tonight.
Over 15,000 sweet treats will be handed out to the full capacity crowd. Good old country hardball gets him with the heater.
You can see some swagger on the mound as well for Kyle. Getting a couple moves going as he now prepares to face off against Joe Nelson Smith, who's 1 for 1.
Fielded between the legs. Unfortunately, Danny Hosley loses track of the banana ball. It was a perfect 20 for 20 on trick play tries coming into the game. He's 1 for 3 so far here tonight. Banana ball, you just can't predict this stuff. The inning continues. Could have been a quick frame for Lewis as Joe Nelson Smith is going to be into second safely. Grabs his 2nd stolen base on as many tries.
Good jump on Cowboy Kyle, and obviously a good decision by Smith Jr. as well. Cowboy Kyle has the lowest ball 4 sprint percentage on the Bananas this season, and visitors were trying to get him into scoring position as this one dunks in front of DR Meadows, who comes up throwing home, and the throw is going to nail Joe Nelson Smith as it's Bill Leroy diving over to his left to get the glove on the visitors' left fielder.
And then throws the banana ball out of Victory Field. The visitors do have a challenge. We'll see if they use it. Boy, Joe Nelson Smith looked safe from up here. Vincent Chapman had a lot better angle than Josh and I. You can see him saying, I think I got in there, I think I got in there. That is the cannon of the doctor on display. We look again. Oh, boy. Oh, Nelly. Wow. That is as close as they come. I only got a couple looks at it. I think it would have been overturned if it was challenged. That's as bang bang as they get. The visitors choose not to use it. If you use your challenge and you are unsuccessful, you lose it. Visitors got their first run of the ball game back in the 2nd on a successful challenge. Returned an incorrect call by Paul Holman, first base umpire. Will be the 2nd hit of the night for Kyle Jackson. He does not pick up his 6th RBI, which would have tied Correll Prime for the team lead. An insane play by David Roy Meadows. He was off balance, ranging into right center field, threw it off of his back foot, was nothing but a perfect one-hopper to build it with.
He leads this year's World Tour in outfield assists. It feels like these new teams in Banana Ball learn very quickly that is not an arm that you want to run on. What a way by DR to also back the trick play missed from Danny Hosney that almost led to that run scoring.
Right, Nelson Smith Jr. was only aboard because of aforementioned trick play missed. Tied at 1 point apiece, 3.5 innings behind us. And Gage Williams gives way to Brian Trepanier, who was terrific in his Banana Ball debut against the Party Animals a couple weekends ago.
In his first outing, he threw 2 innings, only allowed 1 hit, no runs, issued 1 sprint, and struck out 2 batters on 39 pitches, posted a 4-minute and 24-second average MPI, and came away telling us that it was probably the best day of his life. He had so much fun out there on the mound. Feels like Banana Ball fits him. He's a man who pitches with a lot of swagger out on the mound. In fact, had a coach once tell him he has too much when he was pitching, and now has found his spot, hopefully, in Banana Ball, as he gets EJ swinging at a big bender.
Quick 1-2 count.
One more time for our dancing first base coach, Maceo.
It is Trepanier. Brian Trepanier. So the people know, I boofed it my first time. Greg Toll had problems a couple weekends ago. Not in the business of boofing last names. It's not a recipe for success in a broadcasting career, as man Matt Baldridge gets after it instead. Cut and a miss. Trepanier continues to impress as he strikes out Eric Jones Jr.
And he comes out with this, ripping a couple cartwheels. And he did tell us we could see a cartwheel pitch tonight in the style of a Matt Wolf if he can find himself in a favorable position. Perhaps if he can retire Robert Anthony Cruz and come up with the bases empty and 2 outs.
There are a lot of fascinating people in Banana Land. Trepanier might just be the most interesting cat we have. He just took his first flight in his life to get here to Indianapolis via Savannah. Spent his whole life in Columbus, Georgia, and sticking around the southeast part of the United States. His teammates call him BK for Burger King. His dad is a division manager of Burger King in the Columbus area. And Ryan has worked in a Burger King for just about as long as he can remember, especially over the summers. Did play summer ball until 2021 when he stayed at home, got a gig with the Columbus Chatahoots, ended up making it a 3-year career in Golden Park. Is the only person in the organization's history to have his number retired. And he's got himself 2 Ks. Sits down Robert Anthony Cruz on a really well-executed circle changeup.
Get a look at it again. The changeup just fools Robert Anthony Cruz, sped up his bat a little bit. And for Brian, he throws fastball, knuckle curve, slider, and changeup.
Just broke off a cartwheel pitch.
He's amazing.
He's everything we could ever want as that one goes to the backstop. Nice bounce back to Justice. Danny Hosley with a wise move, not trying to steal first base. This is the furthest Trepanier has ever been from his home.
It's the
Columbus,
first time that
Georgia.
he's ever left the southeast.
Correct. He feels like he's right at home here in Indy. He started his collegiate career at Tallahassee Community College under the tutelage of Corey Pye. They wanted him to redshirt, so he transferred halfway through the year to East Georgia State. Spent a 1.5 years in Swainsboro. Which you'll have to ask him personally about. He has some funny stories. Great for off the air.
Swains Vegas.
That's what he said. Then finished up with 3 years at Augusta University. Another full count. Fouled away. Thought he may have struck out the side there. Bosley just barely able to get a piece.
I feel like you're going to see Brian go back to something off speed. He loves to see batters buckle at the plate. Instead, runs the heater a bit high to Danny Hosley, and it's Bananas third baseman turning on the jets and getting into second base sliding.
He was 1 for 1 last night. Reached on an error his first time. Now is on base with 2 down in scoring position at that. Jackson Olsen will be due to swing it. He's starting with his friends in the crowd. Last I checked, it was 2024, not the year 3000. Oh, look on that young chap who got a high five from the grade 8. What happened in the year 3000, Jackie? Find that highly doubtful that they'll live underwater. Good news about the great-great-granddaughter, though. Getting all the boys involved. Josh, you're a die-hard Jonas Brothers fan.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out whether Jackson is more of a Nick, Kevin, or Joe.
He's got to be a Kevin guy. What's the fourth Jonas brother? There's a fourth.
There's a fourth?
Yeah, there's a fourth.
Oh, well, I'm not that much of a diehard then if I don't know there's 4 Jonas brothers.
You're lacking.
I just know the ones that count.
Listen, just because that fourth guy, whatever his name is, wasn't on the show doesn't mean he's any less valuable.
That was a stray. I'm sorry. I'm going to publicly apologize for that one. I share a birthday with one of the Jonas brothers, but I can't remember which one.
Probably the fourth one. Frankie!
It is not Frankie.
You're right. Frankie was born 12 days after you. That one is fouled off of Jackie. Get a big 2-2 pitch coming with Hosley, the inning-winning run, leading off second. 2 outs.
Good to see that Trepanier hasn't really lost his focus on the mound despite the signature walk-up for Jackson Olsen. Seems to still be dialed in on the mound and comes set with the 2-2 that is rocketed down the line, and that is a fair ball. And Jackson Olsen now has 2 walk-offs in this ball game for the Savannah Bananas and 3 in the series.
It's his second walk-off double of the ball game. He just drove in his 3rd run of the night.
But what are you waiting for?
I don't know. Something amazing, I guess.
Me too, kid.
Well, shout out to the Incredibles. Malachi Mitchell does his best Mr. Incredible impersonation. The Bananas jump ahead. 2 points to 1, 4 innings behind us. Another look at the Jackson Olsen walk-off. He's provided both points tonight. We'll get it down to Emily Cole.
There are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care across the country without a permanent home. To raise awareness and help bring families together, we created a nonprofit called Bananas Foster. This organization is dedicated to celebrating those who are already doing amazing things in the foster care world while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, Bananas Foster is celebrating the Taylor family. Derek and Juanita have been licensed foster parents for over 13 years. Just like Bananas Foster, the Taylors have a passion for bringing families together, and they have focused on keeping sibling groups together while they are in care. In total, this family has welcomed over 100 children and teens into their home. Fans, please help me celebrate the Taylor family for all that they're doing right here in this community.
special a moment as you can ever have in Banana Land. Big shout out to the Taylor family, Derek and Juanita. As you get a look at the beautiful skyline here, the crossroads of America, Indianapolis. What a fantastic city it is. As you get a look at the numbers for Cowboy Kyle Lewis, in his 7th year as a nanner, his 3rd Banana Ball World Tour.
And we saw a good start to Kyle in his first inning of work. He was able to get 3 outs in 3 minutes and 11 seconds and only threw 11 pitches.
Part of the order here for the visitors. 3, 4, and 5. Prime, Becerra, and Stanley. Going to swing it against the pride of Richmond Hill, Georgia. And front door slider for strike 1. Kyle, your typical right-handed arm. 6'4", about 90 to 92. He can touch 94 when he's extra juiced up. Which, as my roommate here in Indianapolis, and hopefully have gotten him to that place.
When did 6'4" become typical?
A right-handed pitcher. Okay. Typical right-hander, man. 6'4". You'll look up the average size of a right-handed pitcher in Major League Baseball. I don't know if that exists.
I'll get it to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
You got it, boy.
Going against the 6'5" Correll Prime, who flicks this one into right center field and continues to dazzle with the bat. Big round at first. He'll stay right there. First hit of the ball game. He's 1 for 2. Had an RBI sprint his last time.
Correll Prime, not only does he slug, he just finds ways to get on base. And we saw through the first weekend against the Party Animals, it was Correll Prime who had the highest WRC plus of any player on the visitors. And of course, WRC plus favors guys who get on base more so than slug. And Prime really combined the best of both worlds.
Here's Armando Becerra. Ball and a strike. Average Major League Baseball pitcher, 6'2" and 6 inches. I thought these 6'4" guys were a dime a dozen. I guess Kyle's more unique than I ever could have imagined, as that one is shot through the 6 hole, and Mondo's got himself a base knock after he blasted a 3-run home run out to right his last time up. Ducks on the pond here for Indiana Stanley. The double to right center his last time. And all 3 times up tonight, he's taking a healthy hack at the first pitch he's seen. Same old Indy.
That was always the scouting report on him back when he was a collegiate Banana. And again, one of the lower pitches per plate appearance on the visitors so far through their season.
Slider fools him there. And that one fouled away. We'll do it again. He was a teammate of the visitors' current pitcher on the mound. Trepanier at East Georgia State. He was at Evansville University before that. Finished up with 3 years at Columbia College of Missouri. And he was a terror to the American Midwest Conference. Continues to spoil well-placed offerings here from Lewis.
We've also got Correll Prime behind Kyle, just dancing around, trying to get Kyle's attention. So you had a little bit of a longer pause before Kyle delivered the pitch to Indy. And once again, it's the breaking ball spoiled by Stanley.
Another 2-2 coming to the kid out of Cumming, Georgia. This one bounced to Hosley, who will get one, flings it across the diamond, not in time. Stanley runs very well for a guy who is primarily a catcher. Gets a half night off here tonight. Good job by Kyle to induce the grounder and get the lead runner off the bags. The runners on first and second, but one down now.
Even if Hosley had fielded that banana ball cleanly, it feels like it would have been pretty difficult try and throw out Indy at the other end. And it's always been the tail of the tape with a lot of the catchers that have been in Banana Land. They're very athletic guys with above average speed for backstops.
We saw Indy pick up an inside the park home run back in the summer of 2022. Showed off those wheels early in his Bananas career. Now 2 balls and a strike on Travis Munoz, the DH, showing off his switch hitting capabilities. He tripled his first time up. Was swinging it from the right side against the southpaw Kellogg. Dangerous 3-1 pitch. The former White Sox minor leaguer. That one cranked fair down the right field line. Kicks out to Alexiadis, who's going to fire into second. Throws off Munoz, who's going to scamper towards third. He'll have himself an extra base on the error from the Nanners right fielder. Another run scores as Indy touches home. And it's a 2-run double for the Visitors' designated hitter.
Remarkably impressive what Travis Munoz has been able to do, not only switch hitting in the box, but he's come away with a couple extra base hits now for the Visitors while doing so. Got that one to stay fair down that right field line, and also the beneficiary of that error from Alexiadis is this one is chopped over to Danny Hosley, who, as he goes between the legs, checks Munoz back to third base and still records the out. Impressive play from Hosley, and now 4 trick plays in the ballgame for the Bananas tonight.
2 of them from Danny Do-It-All. Taylor Justice, an RBI single his first time, fouled out to a fan his last trip to the dish. Ryan Cox goes for the trick play. It ends up ricocheting to Hosley, but Justice, another catcher who runs well, shows off the wheels, beats out the trick play missed, and Munoz scores to make it a 3-run top of the 5th for the Visitors.
Yeah, Ryan Cox just not getting the bounce that he was expecting. That one got away from him. Again, it's the speed of Taylor Justice getting him into first safely as Corey Garastazzu is just able to sneak this one past the glove of Jackson Olsen, who got a pretty decent jump. The Visitors very aggressive against Kyle. The last 3 batters all swinging at the first pitch.
Garastazzu with the seeing eye single picks up his first career banana ball hit, now 1 for 8 on the tour. The wee Willie Keeler, where they ain't. And once again, Visitors aggressive. Christopher Vasquez fouls that one off, not caught by a fan. As he singled his first time, then was the second batter Kyle faced an inning ago. His first of work struck him out. The donut hitter got over 15,000 fans on hand here in Victory Field. Free donuts courtesy of Duncan. Job by Taylor Justice, scurrying back to second base as Olsen was coming in for a potential pickoff. Oh, 0-2 pitch. We'll do it again. Justice off second, Garastazzu off first. 3 runs already in. Just don't pay our scoreboard any mind currently, please. The Visitors lead the inning 3 runs to nothing. As this one is bounced, Hosley in front of Cox will go the short way and staunch the bleeding. But the Visitors with a great chance to tie this game at points.
I don't know if that's traditionally a ball where you see Danny Hosley take charge over Ryan Cox, but for Hosley, more focused on making sure that he could get Cowboy Kyle out of that frame without any more runs scoring for the Visitors.
On to Jesse Cole for a human hot dog race.
And they are going to have a little competition. The gentlemen, the husbands, are going to run around the bases, and they are going to become the human hot dog. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to run to first and spray ketchup all over their chests. Yep. Then they're going to run to second and put mustard all over their chest. It's getting grosser. Then they're running to third. They're going to throw relish all over their chest. And then they're going to come home, and the first one to get home with their wife using these buns are going to scoop it off their body and take a bite. Yep, it's disgusting, but that's how we do it here in Banana Land. So gentlemen, T-shirts off. Let's go. All right, Steven, Sean, on your marks, get set, go. Look at them go. Oh, Sean's off to a huge start. Steven, you got to pick it up. Let's go. Get that ketchup all over you. Let's go. All right, good. Go, Steven. Go, Sean. Look at them go. Sean's off to a huge lead. Steven's shoveling around. Here comes the mustard. Oh, this looks like a murder scene. All right, go, go, go. Here they go. Look at them move. All right, now the relish. Get that relish on, gentlemen. Oh, jeez. All right, now come on, look, he's coming. Here we go. Oh, Sean, full speed ahead. And let's see that. Get it off. Now take a bite. And she goes for it. And right here, the winner, let's hear it for Sean and Bree. Fans, I will tell you, just go with the regular hot dogs from now on.
The human hot dog race in all of its slow motion glory.
There's a certain respect where I wish that was me, but I think it's just because I want a hot dog right now.
I think you'd have.
I want a Trum dog.
Correct.
I want to correct myself.
Amendment.
I want to go on the record. Shout out Neil Trumler.
You're going to have to start eating meals before 4 p.m. if you want to participate in the human hot dog race.
I told you. I trusted you. I said that with so much confidence.
That's not often. It's just when he's really busy, folks. It's just because he's married to the job. You don't get all your stats if you're getting 3 square meals a day.
Can't log stats and eat at the same time.
It's not,
just saying.
It's not possible. Lisa Alexiadis leads off the bottom of the 5th. And a 2-2 count. Ryan Trepanier out for another inning of work. That one not caught by a fan. We've seen 2 foul outs to fans tonight, 1 for each team in the 3rd inning. We are 1 away from tying the single-game banana ball record. Trepanier got 2 quick strikeouts in the bottom of the 4th. Then a 2-out sprint and a 2-out double to Hosley and Olsen in that order. And just like that, Bananas walked off the inning. Now we've got a leadoff sprint. Alexiadis will be content with 1 base. Terrific defense as the visitors get it to all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher in short order.
What's an improvement of sorts for the visitors? Alexiadis got up to second on his first sprint. He's held to just 1 base here, and Brian Trepanier still also has an advantage of a 3-run cushion here in the bottom of the 5th, and they'll check on Super Reese at first.
1 count on the Nano shortstop Ryan Cox, who was the first man tonight to foul out to a fan. Ball and a strike. Alexiadis swiped 3rd, back in the 3rd. 7 for 8 on the tour and a stolen base tries.
Still, you've got to be very careful running on a guy like Taylor Justice behind the plate. He was with Savannah during the 2022 summer. He threw out 42% of base runners behind the dish.
Battle brewing here. Another 2-2. And another full count. See if Reese takes off from first. Of course, the Niners need to get 2 guys on before they can even dream of tying this 5th inning. Reese stays put. And this one to Becerra in center, eyeing it up, going behind the back. He is immaculate, making a perfect 8 for 8 on trick plays to lead the team.
Absolutely ridiculous what Armando Becerra is doing in center field for the visitors, catching this one behind the back. And for Becerra, this guy, he is able to stick around in banana ball. Definitely has a chance at 50 trick play seasons in the outfield.
Armando's got my vote. To the top of the order we go. His counterpart, D.R. Meadows, who is his teammate on the 2022 Coastal Plain League champion Banana squad. DR was primarily at second base, played a little bit of third, and has been the everyday center fielder across the last 2 tours now for the Nanners. Resumed his outfield career in the 2022 Summer Series and played out there since his freshman year, all the way back in junior college. At Chipola, played some left field on the team that ended up winning the JUCO World Series. Battling his former Columbus State teammate. He'll earn the sprint. Cleanly defended by the visitors. Meadows will get 2 bases as Nelson Smith Jr. tumbles over the doctor at second. Looks like he's A-okay. He's a replacement for Ty Jackson, who collided with Becerra in left center field back in the 2nd inning. Visitors can't have too many guys taken out of the outfield. 24-man roster. Their second to last game as a unit here tonight. Leroy presents the inning tying run. Alexiadis off third, Meadows off second. That one grazes the outside corner. Generous call. At the top of the zone, ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Nasty bender there from Trepanier for strikeout number 3.
Just a little too aggressive of an approach for Bill Leroy. Only batting .250 with runners in scoring position this year. Trying to get the Bananas back in this inning. Wound up expanding the zone and whiffing. Now 3 Ks for Trepanier, and he will miss 1-0 to Dan Oberst.
Two balls and no strikes. The ground out and a sac fly. This one out to right. Aristazu lining it up under the leg. Nails his second trick play of the game. And the visitors win the inning. Knotting this thing up at 2 points each.
Now 6 trick plays in the game for the visitors. They've tied up the ball game, and we've reached the 10 trick play mark between our 2 teams tonight. What a play by Cory Cubano.
T-shirts being flung in the general direction of the fans here tonight. All gathered for the 172nd Banana Ball game ever to be played. And no one has played in more of them than the Banana shortstop, the glove magician Ryan Cox, who joins us on the broadcast. Coxie, how are you doing down there?
Gentlemen, fantastic. It's great to hear from you.
Likewise, my friend. We go to the top of the 6th inning, 2-2 ball game. What's it been like a game and a half in playing these visitors?
They're so much fun. The energy they bring, the competitiveness, they're very talented. They seem to get it very early. I know a lot of guys have been here before, but they bring an energy that's just special. We had a lot of fun, even though we didn't get the win last night, but seeing them seeing them celebrate their success. It's such a cool thing here in Banana Land, so it was awesome to see some of those guys, especially Ty, KJ, guys I got really close with.
Well, you mentioned KJ. That's a guy who has not been here before, and he's your counterpart at short, has looked up to you a lot, of course, as the godfather of trick plays in Banana Ball. What's it been like tutoring him a little bit and being a mentor for some of these young studs in Banana Ball?
He's such a great kid. He came right out of college, wanted to be a part of Banana Ball, and was just asking questions, and we pushed each other as we go out and work. You see a lot of guys making trick plays for the visitors, and I think it's a testament to what they practice every day. Thought we were going to get one right there. KJ's really talented. You can see it already offensively, but defensively, that play he made to start the game or the second inning, whatever today, unreal, unreal.
And KJ mentioned meeting you at the tryout. The big thing that you said to him that really helped him with his mental approach to the tryout the rest of the day was just to keep things simple. Were there any other things that you were imparting on KJ that day?
I think the goal for anybody is we onboard them, nice swing.
Right on cue, base knock for Kyle Jackson. He's 3 for 4.
But KJ comes in and we talk about just keeping it simple. He's already very talented. He's got that kind of confidence about him. All he has to do is be himself. Same thing with a lot of these guys. So I was just telling him, whatever we're talking through, don't be afraid to add your own sauce, flavor to it, because that's what makes the trick special. We might do a lot of similar things, but Rack and DR's backflips are different. My trick play, Babers and A-cuffs are different. Same thing with Jack. So it's cool to see him making his mark here.
Here's Correll Prime.
He's about to bait. Hey, Jack. All right, maybe better. Yeah, Bill's calling a pickoff here. Good. Now they're going to a slider. Now the pickoff. All right, that was my color commentary from shortstop.
Great work, Coxie.
It's awesome that you obviously know all the signs and can plan what you're going to be up to based off what Bill's calling.
Yes, we've developed quite a relationship and start to understand how each other's brains work. So being on the same page is crucial.
Prime retired by Alexiadis.
As she makes her Bananas debut. Let's hear it from Team USA Women's Baseball, Ashton Lansdowne.
How about this moment? A Banana Ball debut for Ashton Lansdell.
The game just keeps growing. She's another extremely talented woman that, with Jocelyn coming in and doing her thing, Ashton's going to have such an impression here. I'm excited to see her throw.
We're looking at her numbers as a member of the 2019 USA Baseball women's team right now on the broadcast.
That's right, Ashton, not allowing earned run, was able to pick up a strikeout over an inning and a third while pitching with the team. And really cool to hear the ovation that she got from the crowd here in Indianapolis, and also really professional move by Kyle Lewicks, just imparting a couple words of wisdom before she takes the hill against Armando Becerra, who's 2 for 3 tonight.
What a battle here.
Let's see if KJ stays home. Yeah.
That ball destroyed foul. Ashton out of Marietta, Georgia, from Wheeler High School, where she helped guide the Wildcats to a 2019 baseball regional title. She was the first woman to open a Georgia 7A regional game as the starting pitcher. And how about the bender there, right around the bottom of the knees for strike 2.
That was gross.
It's a 4-pitch mix.
Get your punch out. Let's go.
4-seam, 2-seam fastball. That was the curveball. She'll throw a changeup as well.
Good pitch.
Back to the off speed. Fastballs in the low 80s. Another Sean Fluke of Banana Ball. Leader outside. Count 2-2. Becerra 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer. This one fouled away.
Wow.
Fans can't make the play.
I'm trying to call it. I'm going to get this ground ball right here. Change up. Yep. Slap it up the middle. Oh,
Mile high for Danny Do-It-All. He'll grab it. And an impressive debut in Banana Ball for Ashton Lansdell.
We're talking about you. We're talking about you. What are you saying? All good things. Good thing, baby. I love you. Yeah,
Ryan Cox, we can't thank you enough, man. That was a blast.
Gentlemen, you're something special. Can't wait to keep this up. Let's go Bananas.
Keep killing it out there, Coxie. You're the man.
You too, guys. See you soon.
There goes the glove magician. The best in the biz. What a beautiful banana ball brain he's got. We'll get it down to Jesse Cole for the kiss-off.
They're going to kiss, and fans, you are going to be the judge on who does the best kiss. Let's meet our first couple. Your name?
Morgan.
Nick. Morgan and Nick, how many years have you guys been married?
1 month.
1 month. All right, let's see if they still got it all. Here we go. What do you guys got? 1 month. That's 1 month. All right, next couple. Your name?
Tony.
Tony. Cory, how many years have you guys been married?
25.
25 years, pretty good right there. All right, let's see what you guys got. Oh, all right. They still got it. And pretty good balance. All right, and your name? Don. Don and Jan, how many years have you guys been married? 60. 60 years. All right, let's see what you guys got. Oh! Joe, he's going, she's going down now. Where is she going with those hands? What is happening? All right, slow it down here. Fans, it's your turn to determine who's the winner. Is it our first couple, 1 month? All right, a lot of love from that section. 25 years right here, what do we think? Or finally, Don and Jan, 60 years. Yep. They still got it. Amazing, guys. There you go, the winners of our kiss-off. Congratulations.
Now batting number 7.
Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. This game locked in a two-point tie. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Nanners. Steve Jones Jr. and Cruz, the big boppers, against Andrew Mann, 6'3" righty out of Tampa, Florida. Going against the pride of Davie, Florida, at the dish.
Man spending time collegiately at Savannah State and already comes up with a punch-out of Michael Deeb. Ripping a little celebration with Taylor Justice as well. Andrew Mann impressed his time at Savannah State from 2021 to 2024. Man posted a 3.80 earned run average across 90 innings and only allowed 22 walks while striking out 88 guys. Had a fantastic first outing in Banana Ball, throwing 3 innings and only giving up 1 earned run despite not allowing a hit. It was 2 ball 4 sprints that led to a run for the Animals.
He was at the University of Montevallo before that. A couple summers in the Florida Collegiate Summer League. Bananas played 2 games against Atorigo. The count runs full. He's got 9 pitches, and boy is he working quickly. EJ earns the sprint here. Remember, all 7 visitors behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it's live, and EJ beats Smith Jr. to the bag. The left fielder was the 7th and final man who had to touch it. 2-base sprint for the Nanners first baseman, who's aboard for the 2nd time tonight, and immediately pinch run for by Malachi Mitchell, the Nanners designated runner.
It's the 8th sprint from visitors pitchers tonight. They have not found the zone very effectively, and Bananas need to continue to try and capitalize on those mistakes. So Robert Anthony Cruz has a 1-1 count.
Back 0 for 2. He earned one of those 8 sprints. How about Mann hopping off and back on the rubber? A shout blast here in Victory Field. Did it to the beat. Just that big bender. He's got 6 pitches over the top. 4-seamer sits around 90. 2-seam, cutter, changeup, slider, and the curve. As this one on a hop KJ Jackson can only go to first. That is the speed of Malachi Mitchell. Boy, that thing was scolded. And even with it hit so hard, Malachi was going to be to third base without Jackson having a chance to grab him.
And you just got to be mentally prepared, and that's what you can credit Malachi for. Had a pretty good lead off of second base, and he knew the minute any ball was put in play, he was gunning it to third base, and that's what helped him get just 90 feet away from scoring.
And getting tricky with it. Goofing around on the rubber before he fires one low. 1-1 count on Hosley. Andrew will also drop down and throw sidearm. Has a sinker, slider, and changeup from that arm angle. It's a big pitch here, behind 2-1. Really want to fill up the zone. He does, and induces the pop-up. Prime taking control, and he will grab it. Nice job by Andrew Mann to hold serve. And we are still tied going to the 7th. And it looks like we're going to have the world's fastest inning. I know that Mario Kart final lap music well. Wow, Zach Phillips already started throwing pitches to Indiana Stanley without a third baseman. Hosley just got back out there. We've already got a 2-1 count. 5, 6, and 7 due to swing it here for the visitors against the former Kansas City Royals minor leaguer, who on 5 pitches picks up a strikeout.
First off, Danny Goodall, Hosley on third base. Danny, who on your team is most likely to get a spray tan, and why about getting a spray tan?
That's a very easy question, Sam. That's going to be Jared Donaldson, number 21.
And we moved over to Ryan Cox at shortstop. Ryan Cox, who on your team has zero taste in music?
Diving play!
Seasoning Archer. Ain't no scrubs.
What a job by Hosley to knock that down. Travis Munoz shows off the speed, gets his 3rd hit of the day.
Number 10, Dylan Kurahashi Choi Fu.
It's a
What's
home
our
run away
next
from the
question,
cycle.
Sam?
Yeah, this is for Jackson Olsen. Hey, Jackson, who on your team would you never collaborate with on TikTok?
I'm going to say Coach Byro, because he uses me for views.
Next up, number 24, Taylor Justice.
Hey, EJ, quick question for you.
What's up, Sam?
Who on your team would you most like to be your stepfather?
Whoa! What? Nobody!
That's a fair answer.
We're back to our regularly scheduled programming. As this one poked out into right, Alexiadis will grab it. To end the frame, Taylor Justice flies out. And the world's fastest inning continues. Nice job there by Philly, the owner of the truly fastest inning of all time, 55 seconds back on March 9th at Minute Maid Park. So that one in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Jackson Olsen leads off the bottom half. Andrew Mann out for another frame of work. Blake the Bananas in the 6th. Jackie 2 for 2. 2 walk-off doubles, 3 RBIs. He is the reason why the Nanners have scored each of their points. Now, 13 walk-offs on the tour.
Olsen came into tonight batting .377 with runners in scoring position. It's only risen tonight, but with nobody on, leading off against Andrew Mann, it's Olsen. Strikes out.
The world's tallest hitter, Dakota Stilts All-Britain.
Will be the 10-foot 9-inch legend, Dakota All-Britain. Swings it with one down here in the bottom of the 7th. And man, surprisingly, well, that one Looks like the elevation was right. Ends up well inside as Stilts fouls off the second pitch.
Your man is definitely going to have to make the adjustment to the bigger strike zone for Stilts, and does so, but Stilts, despite giving that one a good right out to center field, hits it right into the glove of Armando Becerra.
Armando had him played well. And quality at bat, but nothing showing in the scorebook as Ryan Cox has to slide out of the way of a first pitch fastball. When man is working at a furious pace, sliding stop prime, it ends up going off of him. Wow! Christopher Vasquez, what an adjustment! Tumbling and grabbing the deflection. Puts the cherry on top of a 1-2-3 frame.
And it's a 1 minute and 19 second inning for Andrew Mann. Already the second sub 2 minute inning he's thrown in his young banana ball career.
Fans, please join the Bananas and visitors in honoring the men and women that serve this great nation as we salute our hometown heroes of the night. We thank you so much for your service and commitment to our great country.
The Shark honors all the service members, past and present here in Indianapolis. It's the time of the night where we send that sentiment out to everybody watching at home, and bless you folks with the buzzword. Give you a chance to earn a free pair of shoes courtesy of our friends over at Zappos. The link in the description here on YouTube or in the comments section. It will be sent out. Put in all your relevant info, and then where it says buzzword, you want to put in Indy 500.
Didn't even have time to do a drum roll today.
No, it got sent up before we could do any drum rolls.
I was looking forward to it, I'll have you know. I think we've gotten really good at just naturally knowing when we're going to stop. We're synchronized.
Something telepathic going on during the drum roll. You're right about that. Have an epic drum roll on the post-game show when we announce the winner.
You can bet your bottom dollar.
Second inning of work here for Zach Phillips. It'll be 9-10-1 due to swing it here for the visitors. Corey Garstazu, 1 for 3 on the night. 2-0 count. This has been a dream for a long time for Corey Cubano to make his name in Banana Land. It'll be a flail and a miss on a gnarly slider there from Philly, who sheathes his hypothetical sword. Corey all smiles.
We saw pretty uncompetitive strikeout against Ryan Kellogg, and once again it's another lefty Cubano goes down swinging against, but now the right-handed hitting Christopher Vasquez rockets this one into left center field, and that one bounces over the wall for a ground rule double.
As he now 2 for 4 on the night. It was the deepest part of the park. It's 418 feet. Out to left center. He bounced it over the wall just to the right of that 418 marker. Now back to the top we go. Joe Nelson Smith Jr. 1 for 3 on the night. Singled on the first swing he took. It was in the 3rd inning. He came in Ty Jackson's spot after Ty collided with Becerra in center. Our athletic trainer, Francis Gilbert, did not deem Ty lucid enough to continue. Looked like he was a little woozy after the collision. As that ball destroyed but fouled. Right onto the Yingling patio. There's Ivan Trezak when you need him. This one chopped back to Philly, under the leg, over to first. Trick play and a doozy for Zach Phillips, who grabs his 5th of the tour to lead all Bananas pitchers.
Impressive stuff for Zach Phillips. Pretty much every time he's able to get a comebacker, he is trying for the trick play and knew he'd have plenty of time to record that one. Now 5 trick plays in the ballgame for the Bananas tonight.
Vazzy leading off second and 2 outs. Now KJ Jackson steps in, 3 for 4. 3 line drive singles, no cheapies. Gets under this one. His counterpart Ryan Cox will bat it up in the air and make the play. Second trick play of the ball game. 124th of the tour for the Glove Magician. And it's 2 scoreless frames now for Philly.
After the 2 minute and 5 second 7th inning, Zach Phillips follows it up with 2 minutes and 48 seconds to post another scoreless frame for the Bananas.
We'll turn Victory Field yellow. Jesse Cole's instructions as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning.
As loud as we can. Here we go,
It's a special ballpark filled with special fans here in Indy. It's host to the largest Banana Ball games of all time. We were here at the end of June in 2023. Victory Field still held that distinction until March 9th of this year. Minute Maid Park, obviously, blew it out of the water, 41,000. Of course, close to 38,000 in Fenway Park. This still remains the 3rd largest venue in Banana Ball history, tied with Sloan Park, spring training home of the Chicago Cubs. Mesa, Arizona. We have consistently seen brilliant Banana Ball games here in the Railroad City. Jesse Cole, I know that's going to make you feel pretty special.
We love you so much, Banana Nation. Now let's go, Bananas!
Visitors 3-2 victors an evening ago. Tonight we're tied at 2 points each. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning and Colin Stone takes over on the mound for Andrew Mann.
Colin Stone went to Arkansas State Mineral Area Community Colleges, probably known for playing blitzball with John Boy and the crew. He was the blitzball Battle 4 MVP, and he's the number 17 ranked blitzball player in the world. He says the similarities between blitzball and banana ball are being able to distract batters when they're in the box and changing up the arm angles. Those are 2 things he's going to try and accomplish. And we saw in Stone's first banana ball appearance, was not the best in the world, allowed some walk-offs to the Party Animals, but he bounced back in Game 3 against the Party Animals, nailed down the save in that Game 3 to secure the Visitors their first win in their franchise's history.
Comes in a huge spot. 2 balls, no strikes, top of the order. He has to put up a 0, or else the Visitors will be down to their final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. 3 straight balls to the Doctor, who's already earned 2 ball 4 sprints tonight. And make it 3. DR off to the races. He's going to challenge the sprint defense and be rewarded with 2 bases. He's done twice now tonight. He's now up to a ridiculous 21 ball 4 sprints compared to 4 strikeouts on the tour.
And for DR Meadows, he has had 113 consecutive plate appearances without a strikeout for the Savannah Bananas. His strikeout rate this season is 2%. It is 2%.
It's just mind-boggling. It's like, what? Truly otherworldly. Oh, and he's also leading the world tour with his 360 batting average and 431 on base percentage. If he does it like the Doctor, Bill Leroy, another guy who's great at getting back to ball. He's added a leg kick this year, which has increased the strikeout rate a tad, but still 17 ball 4 sprints compared to 15 Ks as Colin Stone tries to find it. 6 out of 7 pitches have not been close, and he's 2 bad ones away from gifting the Bananas the lead. Make it 1 bad one away.
If I'm Bill Leroy right now, I'm probably not taking the bat off my shoulder unless I get the 3-2 count.
You're not Bill Leroy.
I am not Bill Leroy. He decides to hack away, shoots that one right up the middle, but it was Armando Becerra playing quite shallow on Leroy. He was able to hold DR Meadows, just moving up to 3rd.
Well, the task gets even tougher. Inning-winning run 90 feet away. Dan Oberst at the dish. Infield in for the visitors. Everybody on the grass except for Jackson at short, who plays halfway. Bill will take second. This one a swinging bunt. Stone off the mound. Barehanded at third. Choi Fu, what a play. Nice scoop from Prime over at first. And the visitors have an out.
Tremendous play from Dylan Tarashi Choi Fu. A big first out for Colin Stone. See, incredible barehanded snag. Nice pick by Correll Prime. Because it was hit to third, DR Meadows without a chance to try and score. But Michael Deeb lines this one into left center field. The Bananas get their third walk-off of the game, take the lead once again against the visitors, and now Michael Deeb stands one walk-off away from becoming the first man in Banana Ball history to 50 career walk-offs.
And I'm mostly happy about this, not correct. But the really important ones are over here. I don't want to get too technical, but these are called core memories. Each one came from a super important time in Riley's life, and each core memory powers a different aspect of Riley's personality.
Homage to Inside Out. As Bananas jump ahead 3-2. Michael Deeb with his tour-leading 23rd walk-off of the year. And since we're going to the final inning, it's always good to give the folks a refresher on what that means. Every run scored in the last inning counts as a point. So even though the visitors come in trailing by 1, if they score 2, all of a sudden they will flip the script and they will be back ahead. We end the 9th inning all tied up. We'll head to tiebreaker showdowns.
The Bananas likely going to bring in Austin Krasminski to secure the save in this ballgame with Danny Hosley working last night. And the visitors are going to be batting 3, 4, and 5 in their order. Correll Prime, Armando Becerra, and Indiana Stanley. This does not feel like a situation where they are going to go to a golden batter unless possibly the 6th spot and Travis Munoz spot bats in the order. But again, Munoz has 3 hits in this ballgame tonight.
I would not pinch hit for the former.
I concur.
Chicago White Sox minor leaguer who's a home run away from the cycle. You get to Dylan Kurahashi Choi Fu, who is an unbelievable hitter in his own right, hitting below Munoz, but struggling in Indy at that. 0 for 7 across the 2 games. Then maybe you think about cycling in Kyle Jackson, 3 for 5. Most likely I would get Correll Prime back in the mix, the best hitter visitors have had on the tour thus far. It'll be a tall task for them, though, as Austin Krasminski, the former Los Angeles Angels and Chicago Cubs minor leaguer, takes over.
Outing number 28 on the tour for Austin Krasminski, who is 5 for 7 in his save opportunities this season, and rocking a 129 ERA plus, indicating he's been 29% better than the tour average pitcher this year. For Krem, he has alternated good outing with poor outing since May 26th in Columbus, Ohio, and the last outing was very good. An inning pitch, only gave up 1 hit, recorded a strikeout, no runs allowed, but hopefully he can put together 2 straight terrific performances and also get the Bananas a win tonight to even up the series in Indianapolis, of course a rubber game.
You noted the ERA at 3.95. Anytime your ERA is south of 4 in Banana Ball, you're doing a lot of things right. This is a hitter's sport.
So much so that the tour average ERA at the current moment is at 5.24.
Exactly. Here's the former Rockies and Rangers minor leaguer to kick off the top of the 9th. Either perfect pitch right around the outside corner. 1-2 count on Prime. He gets the slider and is able to spoil it. It's a 3-pitch mix for Krem. The heater about 93 miles an hour, works in the circle changeup and the slider you just saw. 2017 Collegiate Banana. Here on his first World Tour. Another foul ball.
This is the hardest throwing guy that the visitors are going to see all night. Now it's time to see if the bats can adjust and speed up to Krem's velocity. Correll Prime, a man who is very used to hitting this kind of velocity, of course. Spent many seasons in the Colorado Rockies organization, then a year in the Rangers organization as well.
6 years as a Rockies minor leaguer. And has been in the American Association ever since. Continues to put up really impressive quality plate appearances. 2-2. Swing and a miss. The slider gets the job done. Superb execution from Krem to get out number 1.
It took 1 minute and 40 seconds for Krasminski. Pretty fired up about securing the first out. You see him turning around, letting out a little shout. And for Correll Prime, pointing the finger back at Krem and acknowledging it's a very good pitch.
This guy who had nearly 2,300 plate appearances in minor league baseball and can appreciate some perfect pitching. Now Armando Becerra, 2 for 4, a 3-run home run back in the third. Ended up being the difference. The visitors their first point tonight. From feeling himself. Went with the 0-2 changeup. That one was not executed. Just like that, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Trying to throw each of the last 2 pitches. The outside portion of the plate to Becerra and missing. Now time to see if Krem possibly tries to run a heater inside on Becerra, or if they continue to pound that outside zone and keep going with something off speed. But Becerra chops the 2-2 over to EJ. Perfect feed to Krem covering the bag. And the Bananas 1 out away from evening up the series in Indianapolis.
Everybody who is able getting on their feet here in Indianapolis. Over 15,000 fans on hand, the vast majority rooting for Bananas' victory. The visitors won 3-2 a night ago. Bananas trying to flip the script here in game 2. Indiana Stanley stands in the way. He's ahead 1-0. Indy with a double back in the third, 1 for 4. Fooled by the changeup. This one bounced towards second, backhanded by Jackie, under the leg, over to first, not in time. Indy beats it out according to Paul Ullman. And the Bananas will get a challenge from the fans. Hitters have not used their challenge. They won't have to here. We find out if the game ends or if the visitors have the tying run aboard. We pop the Riedel headsets on. And the 1-minute timer is on the clock. There, it looks safe.
I agree.
Yes, we all agree. If we have another angle, we'll look at it. If not, we do.
Perfect.
Yep, definitely safe. Another look. We're getting a little slower. Yeah.
Yep. Call stands, guys.
Vincent was off the headset before we had all declared our decision. But that's because it was clear that the wheels on display from Indiana Stanley mean this game continues. Jackie gets a trick play missed.
You can see the frustration on the face of Olsen. Trying to backhand that ball. Made the play difficult already. It was surprising to see him still try and go under the legs to retire Stanley, who has good wheels, but Olsen trying to really put a flourish on a Bananas win, but instead it's Krem having to face off against Travis Monyo, who starts in the left-handed batter's box and now moves over to the right-handed side.
Monyo a home run away from the cycle. Battle between former minor leaguers. And Travis, after Krem checks on Stanley at first, will switch back to the left-handed batter's box. Not his natural side. Ball and a strike. And another check on Indy, that one close.
Indy's an aggressive base runner. Saw him get in trouble a little bit in the Party Animal series, trying to do a little too much on the base paths, running into some outs. And is wisely checking on him as Krem misses inside to Monyo.
He was 10 for 12 in his stolen base attempts when he was a collegiate Banana, summer of 22. That one low, the count 3-1 on Monyo. Switches back to the right-handed batter's box. Another check on Stanley, who's back. No way! Wow. Paul Ullman says that this time the pickoff gets him. The visitors do still have a challenge, and they will use it. We slap the Riedel headsets back on.
They have a challenge.
Certainly bang bang. Boy, he looks clearly safe to me. We do not have another angle. But look, right here, hands up. He's safe well before the tag. Good job, Vincent.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, after further review, the ruling on the field is
The second call Paul Ullman has had overturned at first base that went against the visitors. And he flips back in their favor. It was close, but Stanley clearly said.
And credit to Krem and the Bananas for going with the pickup. They didn't want Stanley to be off and running on the 3-1 pitch, and I'm not sure he's going to try and do it now with that one coming so close to resulting in a loss for the visitors.
This one looped towards right. Alexiadis makes the catch. The Bananas win 3-2, and this series is evened at a game apiece.
Right after the challenge is overturned, it is Super Reese saving the game for the Bananas with a diving catch. The series knotted at a game apiece here in Indianapolis. A rubber match coming tomorrow. A great job by Austin Krasminski immediately dialing back in on the pitcher's mound, just making sure more than anything else he threw the strike and let his defense do the work behind him.
The Party Animals took down the Firefighters 3-2 in Savannah just a few minutes ago, so we will have 2 rubber matches tomorrow night here in Banana Land. Bananas and Visitors game tomorrow night will be on Valley Live and WatchStadium.com. We'll have pregame action once again here on the Bananas YouTube page. Valley Live and WatchStadium.com, completely free to watch. Anybody outside of the United States of America, WatchStadium.com will be the spot for you. We'll have a post-game show. It's Bill Leroy and the boys finish celebrating their 3-2 win.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to meet your winning squad. Infielder Dalton Malden with the entertainers Alex Ziegler, Malachi Mitchell, and Maceo. Up next, our starting pitcher, Mr. Ryan Kellogg. And behind the plate, myself, Bill Laurel. And now for our pitching staff, Cowboy Kyle Louise, Ethan Stu, DJ
Johnson, Austin Kuzminski, Andy Archer, Ashton Lansdale, Noah Nisnik, and Zach Phillips. And now, for the boys that do it all, our utility players, Eric Jones and Danny Housley. And for the boys in the infield, Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Brandon Crosby, and Danny Ober. And now for the outfield, D.R. Meadows, Robert Anthony Cruz, Reese Alexiadis, and Michael D. Our coaches, Adam Barrett, Ray Ortega, and Tyler Dillon. Last but not least, the tallest man in sports, Dakota Stilts All-Britain. One more time for your Savannah Bananas! Banana Nation, you guys have been absolutely amazing tonight. So we're going to have one more tradition right here for us on the field and all of you to join in on. So we're going to ask you neighbors, everyone, put your arms around each other. And we're going to do one big stand by me with 15,000 people here. So put your arms around the name of the players are going to join in the big circle and our cast. And just like you've been singing all night long, we want to hear you join us and sing as loud as we can a little stand by me. Banana Nation, you guys ready? All right. Here we go. Now let me hear you. Wow, we love you so much, Banana Nation. Bill, finish us out, man. Wow, Andy, let me tell you, you guys have some beautiful singing voices. And you guys
pull things back up to the broadcast booth here in
field. On inside with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all for spending your Big Tiger Friday with us here in virtual Banana Land. What an impressive win for the Nanners. They respond after losing 3-2 last night. They take down the visitors 3-2 tonight, and it was really impressive pitching at the back end from Cowboy Kyle Lewigs, then Ashton Lensdell, and then Zach Phillips and Austin Krasminski, who do not allow the visitors to score from the 6th inning on. Very key in this victory.
You've hit it perfectly, Biko. It's the fact that Kyle Lewigs, Ashton Lansdell, Zach Phillips, and Austin Krasminski across the final 6 frames pitching together, they allowed 0 ball 4 sprints. So they did not put them in a position where they were hurting themselves. Any of the damage was via the visitors' bats or otherwise trick plays missed. And we saw the visitors score 3 runs against the Bananas bullpen across those final 6 frames. All 3 of those runs, though, came in 1 inning, which only resulted in 1 point for the visitors. Outside of that, the bullpen was immaculate. And for the visitors tonight, on the pitching side of things, it was not what they were looking for. It was 9 total ball 4 sprints issued by visitors pitching. Of course, the one from Colin Stone in the 8th leads to Michael Deeb's walk-off in the bottom of the 8th that puts the Bananas ahead. And by the way, it's Michael Deeb and Jackson Olsen who play heroes for the Bananas offensively tonight, and they've really been doing this all season. It was Deeb who entered tonight batting .383 with runners in scoring position, the 4th best mark on the World Tour, and Jackson Olsen batting .377 with runners in scoring position this year. That's the 5th best mark.
And Deeb is now 6 for his last 10 in situations with runners in scoring position. You can't get much better than that. So the Nanners end up winning it 3-2. Another back and forth affair, another quick game as well. I mean, these Bananas and visitors games have not disappointed, just like the visitors and Party Animals games were terrific a couple weekends ago in Savannah.
Well, we saw last night's game finished in 1 hour and 51 minutes. Tonight's game ends in 1 hour and 59 minutes. It results in a nice Bananas win, even though there was a part where it seemed like the Bananas were trying to give a couple of points or runs to the visitors, I should say. It's another one of those games where the Bananas weren't the best defensively. 6 combined trick plays missed and errors, and that is definitely something they'll work to improve on tomorrow in Indianapolis with the state on the line.
Yeah, that's right. As we mentioned right before the Nanners got into their celebration, tomorrow's broadcast will be on Bally Live and WatchStadium.com. Once again, both of those are free. You can get Bally Live on your Roku. You can get it on an app. You can throw it on your smart TV. When it comes to WatchStadium.com, that's just the classic interwebs right there. Before we shut this broadcast down, we do have to give away a free pair of shoes, courtesy of our friends over at Zappos. Drum roll, please. Needed to get a little something special.
Right, we had to cover for the one that we missed earlier.
We didn't
in the game.
have one earlier, and we don't actually have a winner, so that will be announced on Bally Live and WatchStadium.com on the morrow, or maybe we'll get a last-second one here before we shut this thing down. So while we wait for our winner of our free pair of shoes, we will shout out the cast and crew that made this show possible. Jade Morgan on the first base camera. Unbelievable stuff from her across the diamond. Same goes for Emerson Elmgren, the Iron Horse of BTV. On the high home, Sophia Peach for the 2nd straight night. Tremendous work. On the center field camera, Jeff Haynes. We forgot to shout him out yesterday, so Jeff Haynes, this is now a double shout-out for you, my friend. Unbelievable stuff from you. And on the wireless camera, Justin Gordon, once again, flying all around this place, getting some really cool angles. On the fan cam in the stands, that would be Lexton Fowler. Lex is good as well, as is Battlestar Galactica. And in case anybody was wondering, Lex is enough. And on the utility, Nick Keldy, a.k.a. Cowboy Keldiggity. DJ Squints, making sure all of our technology is copacetic. When it comes to the people back in the hostess city of the South, in the control room, our director, Chris Haynes. Big shout-out to Brian Bailey on the audio, dominating on the ones and the twos. The replay was the man. One name, you know him, you love him. Kwanzi, he's as good as they come. Dakota Burnstead on the graphics once again. Dakota, excellent work there. And on the scorebug, how about it, Matt DeWitt, a.k.a. Ninja. That's what I'm talking about, Matt. Great to have you in the control room. Our moderators in the chat, Scott Thompson and Colbyte _ I forgot to shout them out yesterday, so Scott Thompson and Colbyte _ once again, double duty for me when it comes to the shout-outs for you. On the video legend side of things, that would be Chris Sachi, and our YouTube king is Zach Bro. They are a dynamic duo, and boy, they do so much behind the scenes. You would not even be able to believe it. Big shout out to Josh Tolevsky, who was superb on the color commentary and the statistical savantry.
Biko Scala, you called a fantastic game tonight, but I am not going to trust you with any more personal information that you will divulge on future broadcasts.
I'm a silly little snake, aren't I? Big shout out down on the field, getting mic'd up with us. That would be KJ Jackson and Ryan Cox. And a big thanks to Sam Bauman for delivering that terrific hit on KJ and Coxie earlier in the night. Thanks to the executive producers of BTV, Emily, Jesse, and Carrie Cole, as well as Jared Orton. And this whole thing would not happen without our coordinating producer, Kylie Sadamka, who is literally the best in the business and once again absolutely destroyed this broadcast in the best way possible. Before we close this thing down, let's give away a free pair of shoes.
There we go.
Drum roll, please. Jim Palmer. Jim Palmer. That's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
All right. Shout out Jim Palmer.
Shout out the Orioles.
Yeah. Congratulations, my dear friend. Jim Palmer, you got yourself a free pair of shoes courtesy of Zappos. The visitors fall tonight 3-2 to the Bananas after taking them down by the same score last night. So we've got a rubber match tomorrow night on Bally Live and WatchStadium.com. Until we see you then, I am Biko Scala saying so long. We will see you later.